Okay, guys, in my previous video, I actually did a video on how Meghan visited Texas, the memorial there, to bit of a publicity stunt, I thought. And then got me thinking that her dad's in hospital, and I was just wondering how far it is, how much effort it would have taken for her to get to Texas versus where her dad is in hospital. So, first thing is, where does Meghan and Harry live? And I pretty much know where they live because I did a bit of research a while back in Montecito. Started off, I knew they were in Montecito, and then I noticed there was an entrance. There was a very specific entrance in one of the crosses they did very early on when they moved to California. And I was looking on some of the main roads in Montecito, and I sort of managed to bring it. It was on Hot Springs Road. I remember the entrance was on Hot Springs Road. So I sort of thought, okay, we can narrow this down, right? So I'll show you how I did this. So basically, the address is 705 Riven Rock Road. It's not too difficult if you've got a bit of detective skills like the Walrus. I actually found out where Chris Hemsworth lives too, because he lives where my sister lives up in northern New South Wales, just out of Byron Bay there. So we just sort of cruised around because we spotted his house in a magazine one time. We thought, oh, that looks nice. That looks like a nice spot. We'll just see where he lives. Very disappointing. All you see is a gate and a weather station that he's got set up there, and that's about it. So it was quite disappointing. I might do a video on that one day, but it's not that interesting really. And it's on a dirt road as well. It's hard to get to. All right, so let's get back to Meghan and Harry. So Vogue. So Vogue did. So this is how it all started. How I managed to find out where they live. So Vogue did a inside Prince Harry and Meghan's palatial $19.9 million Montecito mansion. So you look through. I was looking through the photos like everyone else. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful place, etc., etc. I might just zoom in on this bit. So you can sort of see there, it's got a nice big courtyard. You can sort of see the shape of the house. But this is the one that got me. I was thinking, oh, that's an unusual looking pool. That's an unusual shaped pool, isn't it? So that was really the linchpin for figuring out where they lived, because then I went on Google Maps and I was looking just for odd shaped pools. A lot of them are square, just cruising around, and lo and behold, da-da, I found a pool with the little cabana next to it. And so from there, I looked up, got the address, because you can see the address when you zoom out on Google Maps. Shows you all the house numbers. You got 630 there, and next to them is Meghan's 705, Meghan and Harry. So it's quite a big property. So just to confirm that I was on the right track, I just looked up on the realtor one here. Looked up, put in, zoom on here, put in 705 Riven Rock Road, Montecito. Looks like they estimated it was 16.5 million. So either they got ripped off or only paid about 16 for it. So we knew what the Vogue one looked like, and lo and behold, if you look at this one, you'll see, ta-da, it's the same photo. Same pool as, so that's from the real estate site, and on the Vogue we have basically the same photo. So that's the real estate one, and that's the Vogue one. Same place. So we got a bingo there. They live at 705 Riven Rock Road. So I don't know how many people know this, but it's probably common knowledge now, unless nobody's a good detective like myself. But anyway, so that's what they are. So we need the starting point, because we need to know where to start to put in the destinations. So we started at 705 Riven Rock Road. Oh, let's see how far they are from me. No, that's right. Quite a long way from me. Let's let's see. So then I worked out where Thomas was, because there was an article here. Where did I see it? Was it this one? Yeah, Express on the Express UK website. They said Meghan Markle's father, Thomas, rushed to hospital following fears of stroke. And so first he goes, he was initially transported to a hospital in Tijuana, Mexico. Man, I should be a private investigator, shouldn't I? I'm pretty good at this stuff. And we'll just zoom on this one a bit. And then he is later thought to have been transported to, not grabbing it right, Chula Vista in California. So I looked up Chula Vista hospitals. There's 3 of them. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. They're all going to be within a few kilometers from each other. It doesn't matter which hospital is in. We should be quite good here, because if you look at them, it's like a triangular formation there. They're pretty much all in the same area. Not very far between. So let's chuck that in. So we'll work out how far Meghan would have travelled if she went to go see her dad, Chula Vista. All right, here we go. Let's leave now. And we can see here, 4-hour drive, 4-hour 20, 4:28. So let's say 4.5 hours. Let's be kind to Meghan. She could have driven there in 4.5 hours, going to see her dad. But instead, she went to Texas, didn't she? She went off to Texas. So let's find Texas here. And I've got it here, Uvalde, Texas, which is where the memorial is. Give it a little bit of a think. How many hours? 20 hours, 44 minutes. 23, so that's the fastest. There's one route, 23 hours, 33, 23 hours, 30. So they're on the fast side. If Meghan drove to the memorial, which I assume she thought was much more important than seeing her dad that just had a massive stroke, can't speak or anything. She obviously thought with her time, it's much better to obviously hop in a plane. I'm pretty sure she didn't drive, but I'd say it would have been a lot easier to get down to San Diego than it would be to get over to Texas. 20-hour drive versus, what was it, 4 hours, 4.5, didn't we? We sort of worked out it was about 4.5 to get to Chula Vista. So yeah, I think it's enough said, isn't it? We see where her priorities are. They're pretty much herself. She doesn't care about her father, who's just suffered a massive stroke, and Samantha Markle was right on top of it. You can see here. Here we go. So let's have a look here. So Meghan Markle's father was rushed to. So Thomas Markle was loaded in an ambulance in Tijuana by paramedics on Monday around 9:30 p.m. According to TMZ, Mr. Markle was unable to speak to paramedics and was forced to write his symptoms down on a piece of paper. He was initially transported to Tijuana. So yeah. And I believe it was, according to his daughter, Samantha Markle, he remains in hospital. So no mention of Meghan. She doesn't even know anything about it probably. Oh, well, she would know. You know, she's right up on all these things, isn't she? She reminds me a little bit like Lance Armstrong. He knew everything about everything, what was going on in the peloton and everything. Like these narcissists, they want to control every little aspect. She'd be aware. She'd be very aware that her dad's in hospital, but she doesn't care because she's not going to gain anything from it, is she? Instead, she whisks herself off to Uvalde in Texas with her film crew. It looks like, because they're all focused on her there, and it looks like she's just checking the photos have turned out right, because they are professional photos. This is not like, I'm a photographer. That's not an iPhone photo. Like when you hang around photos enough, like myself, you realize what a different sense. It's basically a different sensor size gives you a different depth of field and the different perspectives. And I can tell that's a digital SLR photo. That's not an iPhone photo. That's a proper professional photo. All right. and it's got down here copyright AFP via Getty Images down the bottom. So yeah, it's Getty were there, Getty were there, and taking photos. So here we go. So this was interesting. They put here the alternative way to do things. This is how you do it. Meghan, no, fast, no cameras, and certainly more graceful. And we got Kate here visiting. Now this was, I can't remember where that was. That was I actually visited something. That was in England. Complete. Oh, here we go. That's right. Sarah Edwards. That's it. Yeah. Just trying to be like Catherine, who visited more for Sarah Everard. So could be one-upmanship. You know, it's just petty stuff, man. It's like, and she wants to be left alone. All these comments. That'll be the next thing. The Netflix thing they're doing next. I don't believe there's anything too low when it comes to her publicity. And she used a private jet to get there. Well, speculation. I have not seen any evidence that she used a private jet, but we could Google that. We could Google that. Did Meghan use private jet to get to Uvalde? Is it Uvalde or Ulv? That doesn't look right. Is it Uvalde? Yeah, I'm just going to check this. Sorry, guys. There should be in. Oh, here's Uvalde. Uvalde, Texas. Visit school. Ah, okay. Well, Metro. Let's have a look here. News. It says here that she used a private jet. Oh, that's interesting. That makes it even worse. Duchess is it's believed to have traveled to Robb Elementary School from a home in California, backed by private jet. Believed. I don't like believed. I like facts. I'm a very factual YouTuber. I don't like speculation. I don't like believed. I don't like hearsay. Meghan wore Diana's $23,000 Cartier tank watch as she walked around the makeshift memorial outside Uvalde County Courthouse, close to where 19 children and 2 adults were murdered. Should not have been there. Oh, here we go. So this is confirmed here. Thomas is recuperating in Chula Vista, which is a few hours' drive from a Californian home, which I have already discussed. So she had security. Markle was accompanied by Alberto Alvarez, the head of a security team. Alvarez stood a short distance from Markle as she observes the memorial. Yeah, he doesn't want to get into photos. There we go. So there we go, guys. That's all we'll do on that one. Tell me what you think below. I think it's absolutely disgusting what she did. Her father is like she's got no connection to this mass shooting in Texas. She's got no connection besides her compassionate humanitarian, whatever she wants to call herself. But put it this way: if one of my family members was shot and here, I wouldn't want celebrities hanging around. It's a private thing. It's basically a sacred site here. It'd be like her going to World Trade Center doing some selfies. Yeah, World Trade Center, cool. Come on, man. Seriously, don't do it. It's not a place to be mucking around in with you doing a publicity stunt and showing the world that you care when obviously you don't care because your father's in hospital, massive stroke, can't speak, and where are you? Nowhere to be seen. Anyway, that's enough. Leave your comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.